I've been confronting my mind with my heart and my soul and my freedom. I've been confronting all of the ways in which my mind has woven scripts, patterns, beliefs, energetic imprints within my pain. And I've been witnessing the ways in which my mind, whose ability is one of limitation as much as of imagination and of creation, which are limitless, but the ways in which my mind have convinced me that I'm not free. That I'm stuck. That I am powerless, that I am a victim. But in confronting these scripts and these patterns and these illusions and these programs, some of which have come from my mind, some of which have been externally imposed, I witness that these things are not only ephemeral and temporary, but malleable. That when I align my mind with my heart and with my soul and with my prayer and with God, that I can simply choose. One, to rewrite the scripts themselves and to say no to all of the scripts which no longer serve me and to simply let them go. But also to choose to make time and space to heal the wounds within which these scripts have made their homes, have built their nests. And while there has been an element of discipline and control and difficulty and fighting and warriorship and war, which have all been necessary and which will still be necessary in the uncovering and rewriting of the scripts. It dawned on me today in a way that feels embodied and in a way that feels like it has clicked. That the divine simplicity of choice and the infinite power divine in which that ability and simplicity are rooted is to simply let go. Release. Say no to the patterns which have been clinging to self-limitation, to self-negation, to the idea that I cannot. To the idea that my freedom is simply an idea. To the idea that my ideals are nice things to think about. Nice little childish daydreams. But they're not actually possible. They can't actually come into material being. It's not worth actually trying to fight for freedom. Don't you see? How every freedom movement is always suppressed. Deep scripts of limitation, which I do not have to choose, either within myself, whoa, nearly fell, or in the ways that I show up in the world. The power of freedom aggregates in every choice that is made to come closer to God. In every choice that is made to cultivate sovereignty, to cultivate love, to cultivate virtue, to cultivate realignment with God, to cultivate prayer. At first, the scripts and the programs and the patterns and the delusions and the self-deceit and the temptations to stay stuck within these patterns, they appear strong. They appear to have a strong hold upon our nervous system, upon our habituated bodies. But the soul and free will come from transcendence, and they come from God. And the programs and the illusions, if they exist at all, they exist within the malleable realm of our materiality. They exist within mechanistic chains which exist inside of us. But willpower and choice and prayer, when they tune into that transcendental realm, they can come into the material chains of causality, and they can choose to redirect them. This is as simple as ending an old habit and creating a new one. Perhaps you scroll on your phone every time you come to work because you're tired and you need rest. That mechanical chain of causality, the scientific materialist will say, oh yeah, you can't alter that. Free will's an illusion. You're stuck in it forever. They're deluded. They're clowns. They're buffoons. And it's not their fault because they're in pain. But that mechanical chain of causality, you have the ability with your will to choose and to write the script with your mind. I will not do this today. Instead, I will go to the gym. Instead, I will write in my journal. Instead, I will pray to God. Instead, I will actually rest because I need rest. And I will simply feel into my body. Instead, I will pick flowers, or I will simply observe them. Instead, I will do anything else that my will desires, because I have the ability to say no to that mechanical chain of habituated causality. It tries to convince us that it is permanent, that it is immutable, that it cannot be overcome. But when it comes to the metaphysical simplicity of it, all it takes is to say no. And to say yes to something else. It truly is in accordance with the divine simplicity of God. Does this mean it is easy? In one way, yes. Depending how deeply you believe in yourself. Depending how devoted you are. But also, it's pretty fucking difficult. And while I might be preaching from my high horse right now because I feel really great right now, and because I've been doing a lot of work confronting these parts of myself, I know it's still going to be difficult for me. I know it is still going to require discipline and courage and deep, 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 deep work and commitment and prayer and self-love and care and reprogramming and the cultivation of new habits. Because if that mechanical chain of causality, you say no to it once, and then it comes back up again tomorrow, are you going to say no, or are you going to say yes? And then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. The more times you say no, and you rewire a new pattern within yourself, and you choose your freedom within yourself, the less tempting that mechanical chain will be. The weaker it will be. And the more it will dissipate. And the more it will heal. Leaving room for the innate sovereignty of your soul, for the innate presence of your being to simply be. And breathe and emanate. Your soul and God, and your heart and your body and even your mind, and the world itself. All of these things are literally made of light and of breath and of quadrielemental perfection and convergence and of ether and of spirit and of life and of love. And as you shed these layers, as you face the programs and you renounce them with choice, with sovereignty, with willpower, with determination, with prayer, then the felt experience of your reality and of the ripples that emanate from you into external reality, they will emanate and embody that luminosity, that perfection, that love, that grace, that innate childlike purity and innocence. And you will pass that on to your children. You will pass it on to every person that you encounter. You will shine with that light. And you will likely trigger their programs. And they're going to be like, that dude, I don't want to be near that guy. Because you make them uncomfortable. You draw them naturally out of the comfort of their own illusions. And you spark within the fire of their will and their divine memory the necessity of change. Wow. Yeah. So choose it. Choose your freedom. And at first it's going to be hard. It's going to require work. It's going to require effort. It's going to require scripting. It's going to require prayer. You might even fall to your knees. You might face your pains and feel them within your body and think you're going to die. You just persist. And you hold on. And when you have to let go, you let go. And ultimately, you let God handle it all. May this be a prayer for each of us to be guided back to divine perfection, to divine union with God, to the resurrection of our souls, to the resurrection of our wills, and to the amplification of this freedom in a world whose illusions will have us believe that we are unfree. We are here to reclaim this freedom and to universalize its ripples until everyone comes back to God. That's it. Thank you. Divine blessings be with you. Thank you. I love you. I believe in you. And you can do this. And we can do this. Bye.